good morning, good morning. Let's shut this thing off. I was just at my truck, still having issues with my fuel system. Whenever I fire it up, it sputters. And when I drive under a load, no issues whatsoever. But whenever it's a foggy morning. It was even foggier when I was heading over there. Whenever I'm like driving and I come to a stoplight, it's gonna sputter, almost like it's gonna shut off. And I don't see any air bubbles in my Davco glass bowl, nothing. So I'm thinking I'm either having fuel pump issue or it's an injector issue. So today I'm gonna swap my old fuel pump that I've had before, that I know it's fine, it works. And if that doesn't fix it, then I'm gonna have to go pay some diagnostics money to get those injectors tested. I think now a new injector from Detroit is like $450. I think it used to be $600, so I'm surprised that they got cheaper, but it's $450. So hopefully it's not an injector. I don't want to have to dig into that head, but if it is, we'll find out, I guess. But yeah, basically, long story short, that is what's going on. We're going to keep on rolling. Right now I'm going to Superior Industrial Supply to get some fittings. I'm throwing a new what's it called, sensor, overflow sensor, like a coolant level sensor, onto my setup there, because I think it might be bad. Keeps turning on my fan, give me a check engine. So hopefully it's that. I'm gonna try reset, clear out the codes with my scanner that I do have. Hopefully it's that, but we'll see. If it's not, then I don't know, try another sensor, because those are all cheap. Spending, you know, 10, 20, 30 bucks on those sensors to replace all of them is still cheaper than paying a one-time diagnostics to somebody, which is a couple $100 to replace it, to tell me what's going on, or it might be a bad ground, something. But hopefully it's one of those sensors. That's the plan. It's weird because my fan, you would think my fan clutch is bad, but it's not, because when my truck is off, I can spin my fan, and then I have a manual switch. I can turn it on and off when I fire up the truck. But within, you know, a few minutes of the truck on, once I get going especially, my fan will kick on automatically, obviously by ECM and whatnot, and it will just stay on. It will not shut off, and it will give me a check engine light. So definitely something going on there electronically. Something with the ECM, with wiring. It's not solenoid, because obviously I just replaced that. But yeah, those are the two main issues I'm really having. But yeah, let's keep on rolling and catch you guys a little bit later. For most part, I try to support local business, as in a sense I'm a local business myself. That guy probably should have tied those sleeper extensions. That's gonna get ripped off for sure. I try to support local businesses, you know, because I know what it's like to be, you know, a small guy and all that. But so I went to this hose supply shop that I always go, and they're pretty good with hoses and fittings and stuff like that, and making hoses for a good price. But fittings, like, it's ridiculous. I bought these fittings, like two 90-degree quick connects, half inch airline, and then like 1/4 to half inch 90, and then 1/3/8 to half inch 90. And those 4 fittings alone were like $120. Like, that is ridiculous. They're literally just brass quick connect fittings. I'm sure you can see them down there. Like, that is insane. There's absolutely no reason why that should cost that much money. And then I get on Amazon, obviously, it's $30. Like, I want to support a local business, but I'm sorry, I cannot justify paying 3-4 times as much when I can have it the next day. Like, obviously I know they gotta make money, but even if they bought it at an Amazon price and sold it for $70, they would still make double the money. But 4 times the money is just absolute robbery. So I did buy those fittings. I didn't even pay attention to the receipt. I just kind of checked out, swiped my card, whatever, and then I got in the car. I started looking, because I did buy some other stuff, and now I'm like, Jesus Christ, that is absolutely absurd. So yeah, long story short, I'm definitely returning those fittings and gonna work on that setup on another time. I ordered the Amazon fittings because, I mean, saving $90 or $80, whatever the case it ended up being, is a pretty big deal. Like, you know, I just can't justify it. But yeah, I went ahead and replaced my I didn't even replace it, my overflow fitting, overflow tank sensor, and I cleaned it up a little bit, and it seems to have gotten rid of my check engine light, and my fan does not stay on it all the time now. So hopefully that fixed it, and then I'm gonna replace that fuel pump, just do it on the road. If that fuel pump doesn't fix it, I'm probably gonna end up getting a fast fuel system, because the fast fuel system is electric, and it's pretty great because you can just prime the system. Like, for example, if you ever run out of fuel or you replace the filter, you can just prime the system and get rid of any air in the system. It's really nice. I'm not familiar exactly how it works with the factory system. Do you keep the factory, just add it in line or whatnot? But again, if that fuel pump doesn't fix my issue, fast fuel system is going to be my next step, because the factory gear driven pump, which is like this big, used to be like $100. Now they want like $400 some, and if you get online, some places are wanting even like $600-700, and that's just absurd. So I'm definitely gonna be looking into fast fuel system for like $800-900 with the filter setup on it. So yeah, we're gonna see how that works out. Other than those two issues, I seem to be pretty alright, thank God, knock on wood. And it seems that my rear main seal issue has gone away. Funny enough, after replacing rear main seal like 3-4 times, doing an auto frame, rear main structure, all this stuff over a course of a year, the dealership did, and in the end I was finally like, hey, I know you guys tested that flywheel, please go ahead and replace the flywheel. And they did, and that seems to have fixed my rear main seal. Knock on wood, hopefully that is the case. But that is just hilarious that they went through all this expensive stuff, high downtime, obviously all under warranty, but a lot of downtime for me, and in the end it's a freaking flywheel that was a bad flywheel from the factory. But yeah, I was kind of blabbering all over the place here. I don't even know where we're gonna name this video. Might even tag it along to another day or something, combine it with another video. I don't know, guys, we'll see. But kind of blabbered around there. We're gonna keep on moving, gonna head home and then work on that pump on the road, and gotta straighten out my bumper and whatnot. But yeah, we're gonna keep on trucking and keep you guys posted on another one. Later, talk to ya on the next one. Take it easy, stay safe, keep on trucking. So I've had this thing for a little bit, and I've got about 1,000 pounds in the back of this van, and it wasn't that terrible going on the road, but it was pretty bouncy. So I installed these Timbren, kind of like suspension helper thing. It's like a spring slash airbag, basically an airbag with a spring, and it really makes a difference. I just want to make a video about it to show you if you can see under there. You can probably see them right there. There you go. So yeah, basically it sits inside of your factory bump stop, and if you do have weight in the back of your van, your pickup truck, I would highly say get this. It's much easier to install than an airbag system, no airlines, none of that, and it definitely makes the ride a lot better. The downside, I would say, is on a pickup, if you're running empty most of the time, sometimes you load it up, it's probably going to be a rough ride because it does stiffen it up quite a bit. But in case like this, where I got about 1,000 pounds, give or take, I weighed it, I think it's worth it. It definitely improves the ride quality, so hopefully it helps out. Hopefully you find something new. It's called Timbren, so Timbren. Just search that and you'll find for all makes and models. I thought about getting one for my 98 Ranger, but like I said, that thing is rough as is, so I definitely don't want to stiffen that up. There's absolutely no weight back there, so in an instance like that, you might be better off with an airbag system and only, you know, inflate it to a low PSI when you're empty, and then obviously when you're loaded, boost it up. Hopefully that helps.